All right. You know, I know last week I had said, yeah, totally. I'm going to do a Raw review and a SmackDown review every week. And I don't know. It's anyone who does Raw and SmackDown or just even just one of those shows, a review every week, right? Props to you, because watching that shit is exhausting, right? And then going over it on top of that is exhausting too, right? It's just a fucking headache, right? So I'd rather just do I'll just do just wrestling videos, and just get my thoughts and shit, and that's it. How about that? All right. I haven't even watched SmackDown. Right, it's in my DVR. I haven't found time, and I'm probably not going to watch it. Whatever. Okay. I watched most of Raw, but I fast forward through a lot of that shit. Right. Look, I am a lifelong wrestling fan. Okay, I grew up watching wrestling. When I was a kid, to me it was just amazing. Like Hulk Hogan and fucking the Macho Man, Randy Savage, and all that shit, right? Oh yeah, like all that. Okay, the Ultimate Warrior who just spoke like a raving lunatic, didn't know what the fuck he was saying, and it's funny because if you go back and look at that now, it's like you're like, holy shit, this shit's lame. But it's almost like a revisionist history type of thing, because if you remember it the way you remember it in your childhood, it's better. So don't go back and watch that old wrestling. Okay, just let it be in your head the way you remember it. I recommend that a lot, with the exception of some matches and stuff like that. Like I also go back. I also watch Steamboat versus Savage or something like that, right? I mean, but Hulk Hogan matches. I mean, when you really think about it, like a Hulk Hogan character, it wouldn't work today. The whole hulking up thing, it just wouldn't work. But it worked for its day, though. So anyway, the state of wrestling today. So I want to make sure nobody misunderstands what I'm saying. So am I looking forward for Goldberg to come back and to see him in it's nostalgic, and hey, he's going to wrestle Lesnar, and am I looking forward to it? Sure, right? I question what condition Goldberg's in. I mean, the dude has not been in the ring for a while, and while it's not a legitimate sport or anything like that, right? It's still just like when The Rock came back after a while. I mean, the dude was gassed out after 5 minutes, right? And he was wrestling John Cena, who is not really a fast-paced match, and Dwayne Johnson was like gasping for air after 5 minutes. So, if hopefully Lesnar doesn't gas out after 5 minutes, and then Lesnar has to carry him the rest of the match. Hopefully he's in great shape, right? Because one thing is, these guys that they are slamming each other and running to the ropes, and there's a lot of action going on. So you got to be in great shape, right? To be able to pull off what I would hope is a 20-minute match, right? So anyway, I'm looking forward to it, and best case scenario, it'll be a great match. It'll be nostalgic, yada yada yada. Am I looking forward to the music playing and people chanting? Hopefully, these young fans know how to do it. Goldberg. Am I? Yeah, sure, fine. But it also at the same time, though, it really is a sign of desperation by the WWE. It really is. All right. So, on one hand, yes, I'm looking forward to it. On the other hand, I mean, what a sign of desperation. I mean, this is the state of the WWE right now. These guys probably forked out a lot of money to lure Goldberg out of retirement for one fucking match. All right. I mean, that's what's going on here. This is they're promoting the video game hardcore, right? And it's, I remember it was Sting that was in the video game, and then what happened? Sting made his debut, right? And then what was it last year? I forget. When the Warrior came out, he didn't come back to wrestling, but he went to the Hall of Fame. And then Goldberg came out in the video game, and Lord and behold, he's coming back. While it's not 100% official, I'd say it's about, I'd give it like a 95.9%, right, official that he's coming back, right? Now, there's a lot of intrigue here. Now, I'll talk about the match in a moment, but let's talk about the state of the WWE, right? First of all, the fact that they're going to put him in there against Lesnar because, for whatever reason, the WWE really doesn't have the names that you can say, oh, yeah, put that guy against a returning Goldberg, and it'll be a big event. They don't really have that, you know? It's, yeah, they have their stars and all that, right? They do, but they don't have like that, you know, The Rock. You know, they don't have the Stone Cold. You know, their big name is fucking John Cena, right? Okay, that's their big name. And obviously, you know, Brock Lesnar. But when you really think about it, what is this going to do? I mean, they're doing it for the video game, and they're doing it to, you know, get more sales, you know, more buys in the network. That's what they're doing it for. But what is it doing for, like, the WWE brand? Well, what is it doing? It's not doing anything, right? You know, it's, you know, they're not. It's not like they're having Goldberg come back, you know, and he's going to be part of the WWE again full time, or even in a part-time role like Brock Lesnar. From my understanding, this is a one-time thing, and it's been hinted by Goldberg because he says he wants his son to watch him wrestle, you know, because, you know, he didn't get to see his dad wrestle. Then that's why he's wrestling, right? So we don't really know if he's going to wrestle again. No, we just don't know. And when you really think about it, what's it really gonna do? Like it's, once the match happens, best case scenario, let's say they have a great match. That's assuming big. Their first match was a flop, and it had a lot to do with the crowd, but it flopped. It wasn't a great match. I'm surprised they're still bringing up the match. I mean, the whole crowd was booing, and it wasn't a good match, right? So, well, what is it? It's not going to do anything for the WWE. Nothing. It's not like Goldberg is going to, after that, you know, go after the title, or, you know, go after the world champion. Or it's not. He's not going to do any of that. It's very unlikely. You know, so I don't know where any of these two guys are really going now. You know, so they're going to do Goldberg versus Lesnar. Let's look at the scenarios, right? Because we don't know who's going to win because, one, Goldberg hates to lose, right? But at the same time, is Lesnar going to be willing to be 0-2 against them? You know, is he going to say, hey, well, how about we're just 1-on-1 or whatever, right? So we really don't know who's going to win because of that. But regardless of who wins, what does it do afterwards? So if Lesnar wins, you know, okay, he beat Goldberg, and then Goldberg's gone. Then what? And if Goldberg wins, then Lesnar loses, and Lesnar's sticking around. So what does that do for you? It doesn't do anything, right? This match is just nostalgia. That's all it is. Best case scenario, they have an exciting match, and everybody has a great time, and then that's it. And it's over. It's done. You know, that's it. For what? To sell a couple, you know, 2K, whatever, you know, video games. That's what it is, right? They're going to be promoting the video game hardcore in the run-up to this match. They really are. That's what this is about. This is the state of the WWE, where they feel this is what they need to get people's attention. The ratings are low. Interest is low. Nobody cares, right? Less and less people are watching. How do you want people to watch? Like, how do you expect anybody to tune in? Like, they're flipping through the channels, right? Ah, man, I don't know what to watch. Monday night, right? Do I watch Monday Night Football? Or what's this on? What is this? What are these three dudes wearing fucking horns in their head, dancing like idiots? Who's that? The New Day? What the fuck is that? Why are they doing that? Right? I mean, how how do you expect anybody to take that serious? I mean, I don't know. I don't know how you expect anyone to take that serious. Because the answer is you can't. You cannot take it serious, right? You know, they haven't built these guys up to be these big stars. They haven't, right? And the ratings prove that. You know, when Stone Cold was on top, like everybody wanted to see what the fuck Stone Cold was going to do, right? When The Rock was on top, you know, they couldn't wait for him to come out and cut a promo because he was damn good on the mic. Like nobody, you know, tunes into Raw. Oh my God, I need to see what Seth Rollins is going to do. What is he going to do? Like nobody cares. Nobody you know, waits all week to see what Roman Reigns is going to do. Like nobody does. Like nobody takes. You notice how Goldberg is coming back? He's going to wrestle Lesnar, not Roman Reigns. If Roman Reigns was as big as the WWE wants to make him out to be, this match would have been Roman Reigns versus Goldberg. You know, that's what it would have been. But no, they got to put Goldberg in there against a part-timer, right? You know, and that's the way it is, right? That is the state of the WWE, right? That's where it's at. I don't know what's going to happen after this match. What should happen, in my opinion, if Goldberg is not going to wrestle again, then he needs to take the L. He just has to. You can't come in, beat Lesnar, and then like fucking leave Lesnar with a loss, and then what? Like, you know, that's stupid. He's got to lose. If this is his only time to wrestle, he's got to lose. That's it, right? If he does win, then hey, maybe they could do Goldberg versus Taker at Mania, maybe, you know. But I don't even know, man. Undertaker could barely even move nowadays, so I don't even know, right? Undertaker like takes, you know, 20 minutes just to walk to the ring. So I don't know if that's ideal, but on paper it would be a big match, right? Goldberg versus the Undertaker, it would. I really hope they don't do something stupid and lame like a double disqualification or double count out, because in today's WWE, I see some bullshit like that happening, right? Or a DQ finish. I really hope there's no interference by Paul Heyman or no stupid shit like that, okay? If Lesnar wins, have him win clean. And if Goldberg wins, whatever, have him win clean, right? And that's that. That's my opinion on that matter, right? But now, bashing the WWE aside and the horrible product, I told you guys I watch wrestling to be a critic, right? But the terrible product aside, I don't even know what condition Goldberg is in, right? Like, apparently he keeps himself in great shape and he's still doing Muay Thai, and he does a lot of he has like a gym and stuff, so hopefully he'll be in great shape and it's not a problem. But man, if he tries to when you look back at their first match, Goldberg lifted Brock Lesnar, who was 260 pounds or something. He just lifted him up like a military press and then spun him, put him on the shoulder, and then bam, slammed him, right? Like effortlessly. Did the jackhammer with one hand. You know, see, that's the Goldberg people are expecting. All right? Like the best spear ever that puts Roman Reigns' spear to shame. Right? Edge's spear to shame. I mean, it just puts any spear to shame. You know, but that's the Goldberg people want to see. You know, the Goldberg that did the jackknife, you know, on fucking Brock Lesnar, a 260-pound man with one hand, right? That military pressed him and spun him in midair and slammed him. That's the one they want. That's the Goldberg people are expecting. All right, if we get a Goldberg that can barely lift Brock Lesnar on his shoulders, then you know there's going to be a lot of buyer's remorse. Right? That's all I'm saying. Like if he tries to lift Lesnar up and his knees buckle and he falls to the ground, I'm done. right? I want my money back. So, I mean, we have to face the reality. He's been out of the ring for 12 and a half years. So I hope, I don't know, I wouldn't mind for, Goldberg to have an impromptu match before Survivor Series against just somebody. Just have him wrestle whoever. Fuck it. Right? If somebody, they're fucking jobbing out dudes all the time. Just have them wrestle somebody and or something. Because put him in there against a young guy from NXT and have him give Goldberg a good match, or something, and it'll kind of help a young wrestler get over something. But they need to do something, because I don't know, man. I don't think they should put Goldberg in there like right away, at Survivor Series. I don't know if that's going to work. I don't know. Because if Goldberg, who's not that great of a wrestler, if he can't pick somebody up and slam them and spin them in midair and lift them with one hand, if Goldberg can't do that anymore, nobody's going to want to watch him. That's the truth, right? It's like watching Rey Mysterio, which is kind of true today, unfortunately. Rey Mysterio that can't do a Hurricane Rana, or a Rey Mysterio that never climbs the top rope. Nobody wants to see that. It's like, what the fuck am I watching Rey Mysterio if he's not doing crazy high risk moves? Nobody wants to watch Goldberg if has half the strength he used to have. So, but hey, it's all good. I'm sure the WWE will provide him with that with the juice, right? The juice needed, okay, to do what he needs to do. But we'll see. Right? I'm not very optimistic about the match. Right? If you saw Monday Night Raw, one of the few segments I saw, Paul Heyman was trying to get the crowd to do the chant. He was like, Goldberg, Goldberg. Like, four fuckers were like chanting. I honestly think they piped in the Goldberg chant. Right? Goldberg's going to he's going to appear on Monday Night Raw next week. If the crowd is dead, then there's going to be no excitement for this match. This match is made to bring a lot of old school wrestling fans back, right? It's to get the attention of a lot of old school wrestling fans. But I don't know. I'm not very optimistic about this match being exciting or living up to the hype or anything. I'm just not. It might be worse than the first match, right? I don't want to burst people's bubble, but that's what I think. All right. Now, a match I would love. I mean, Goldberg if Goldberg is still 3/4 of what he used to be, like Goldberg versus AJ Styles, I think it's a great match. All right. Goldberg versus Seth Rollins. If Goldberg comes in at some part-time capacity, they can still do stuff with him. They really can. And if you think about it, if they give Goldberg a very similar deal like they give in Lesnar, right, where he does all the major pay-per-views or like 5 pay-per-views a year, does so many appearances, and he gets like, $4 or $5 million a year, would Goldberg do it? I don't know. I just don't know, right? But if one thing I've learned about Goldberg is he's very hard to deal with, right? It's very hard to get him to lose to people, but maybe he's, grown a little bit, right? So anyway, with that said, those are my thoughts. Peace.